Alright, what's up, y'all? We back.
What's up? We have to take a quick break real quick.
PowerList podcast with Adrian, Provost, and Aaron Robey. This one we talking about looking forward to a financial crisis, right? Where a lot of people are running and they scared shitless. And I guess we'll have a discussion about why you should actually look forward to a financial crisis.
The only way you should look forward to a financial crisis is if you're in a position to receive and put out cash in that financial crisis, because a lot of people will look at you and say you're crazy. I look at you and say I need to be prepared for the next one that's coming up, because the last one that happened, what was it, 2008?
Yeah.
I remember I had some friends that had cash, never spent, so they had some invested money.
Money sit on the sidelines.
They bought like a whole street. Literally, of houses. Each house like maybe 20 grand each.
Yep.
Literally. Then to this day, they might have spent 20, maybe 50, 40 per house. When finished, now these motherfuckers worth 250, 300.
Yeah.
Set for life.
For sure. Well, at least on the path to be set for life, for sure.
Absolutely.
I agree, but I also disagree. I think that anyone could capitalize on a financial crisis regardless of where you currently stand in the midst of that financial crisis. So let me elaborate. Let's say you're an individual who have $995 to your name in your bank account. That's it. And you're in a financial crisis. You might not have the same resources immediately available to you as someone who has $10 million liquid.
Right.
However, if you know how to craft a deal, if you know how to structure the situation to make it benefit you and the individuals in which you're, transacting with, then you can be just as far along or even better off than that individual who has $10 million liquid.
Absolutely, because if you have people that you're working with that can help you go to the next level.
Yep. And hell, even if you a one-man show, let me give you an example. You can have, again, $995 to your name. And you can gather the knowledge base, the wherewithal, and the resources. Matter of fact, a motherfucker could literally go to my website and sign up for one of my classes and get all of this shit.
What's your website? No. What's your website?
AdrianProvost.com. So it's like, it's not even about not having it right now. I'll show you how to turn $500 into $500,000. Not in one swoop.
Right.
Can that happen? Yeah. No. Again, we talking commercial real estate. So again, check me out, G. I'm a real estate broker. Commercial real estate broker. I have plenty of clients who own various assets.
And he has been in the Forbes, so let's get that straight.
And there's a plethora of opportunity, right? There is an overwhelming amount of opportunity that lies on the off-market inventory, right? So the shit that people see on LoopNet is only, man, you just scratching the surface.
Of
not
what's
even
actually available.
Not even. And one thing about commercial real estate that's different, that I teach my agents and my trainees and all my mentees is, dude, there are no emotions involved in commercial real estate. So I'm not sitting there thinking about how much I love this home that I raised my kid in for the past 15 fucking years.
It means no fucking
and why I think my house is worth $1 million because I had 3 children here when the shit is only worth $850 max.
Right.
It's again, I'm dealing with an individual who owns this asset solely for investment purposes, right? And so if I can say to this individual, hey, sir, you have this $15 million asset here, right? Would you be willing to accept $17.5 million for it?
Why should you pay more?
Let's say he bought it for $15 million.
Right.
Let's say it's worth $20 million, right? But again, he has $15 million worth of
equity.
Not even equity, but just worth of current market, not even market value, but liquidity in it, right, and some equity as well. And let's say again, it's worth $20 million to somebody that can see that not only is this a small apartment building, but there's a small slither that you can turn into an office that you can add value for whatever reason, right? So again, overall it's worth 20 million, right? And right now we know that you're in it for less than 15. So if I was to give you $17.5 million, but again, would you consider it?
Absolutely.
Like, not everybody would now. But if he would say 20 million, would you consider, and it's worth 25 million maybe, then possibly, right? And you're probably thinking, why would somebody give up a property that's worth more for something that's, because again, I'm only in it for 15 million. You telling me I'm about to make an extra $2.5 million to walk away from this investment? I would consider it depending upon what that investment means to me, right?
I got you.
And so again, I'm teaching this guy over here how to say, hey, sir, well, you're in luck because I have motherfuckers breathing down my back that are looking for assets just like yours.
Right.
You're right. You see what I'm saying? So again, I got this motherfucker that just told me he's willing to spend $20 to $30 million on an asset, and he's looking for shit that is comparable to this particular asset. Let's say it's a strip mall, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're like, okay, cool. This motherfucker just told me that he's willing to part ways with this $20 million asset for $17.5 million. This motherfucker just told me that he's willing to purchase that asset that I just showed him all the financials for. I didn't disclose which asset it is, but I gave him all the financials that I received from the individual who told me that he'll part ways with it for $17.5. So it's like, all right, I need your books and records so I can do my underwriting, right? So I got all of those books and records. Mm-hmm. I'm going straight to this motherfucker like, would you pay $20 million from this asset looking at these books and records and knowing where it's located at without the address per se? So you know it's in Buckhead, and you might know it's off Peachtree Road, but you don't know which strip mall it is. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And all you got now is the books and records. You see how much money they making every fucking year versus the expenses.
So they're not biased.
Exactly. And so it's like, okay, well, yeah, I just ran the numbers and shit, it's at a 7.5 or an 8 cap is fucking 20 million. I'm taking that all day long. So they're like, okay, cool. We'll pay $20 million for this right now, right? Cool. That's all I need to know. I go back to my guy, right? That owns the shit. And I put the motherfucker under contract, right? And I say, hey, here's your $17.5 million. These are the terms and conditions. Sign here. And I assign that fucking contract to this guy for $20 million. And I just made the spread.
$3 fucking million.
2.5, but not bad.
Close enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
it's like, again, that's from a motherfucker that got $995 in his bank account. Now, the difficult part is finding the resources, finding the contact information, finding the asset, and getting that motherfucker to being able to give you that information. Now, again, like you said, and I'm in Forbes, right? I'm on the Forbes Real Estate Council. You don't and these motherfuckers, they know my track record because I done sold thousands of units in Atlanta. Right. So all I got to do is call them, and and I break records. You see what I'm saying? I break records on bullshit in the hood. So when motherfuckers, straight up, dog. So when people hear my name, whether it's me directly or whether it's one of my agents, they fucking light up. Oh shit, this motherfucker. Oh man, this motherfucker's about to get me $85,000 a door. When this motherfucker over here from Colliers done called me 20 fucking times and told me that I can only get $65,000 per door max.
Absolutely.
And Adrian is about to give me $85,000 per fucking unit. Man, what's up?
Let's do that.
And he's not gonna put this shit on market. Cause again, bro, I guarantee you, since we've been doing this podcast, I had at least 5 more people register on my website, multifamilyatlanta.com. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers come.
Say it again.
Man, I ain't trying to plug. Come on,
you got to. Man. What you mean? It's our shit.
Yeah, straight up. Real shit though, you know. And so it's like, but again, they come to the website. I got over 80,000 individuals who have straight up cash. Not all of them cash, but most of them are extremely liquid. And these are top tier investors.
Right.
I mean, these individuals own thousands and thousands and thousands of units.
Venture capital.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and so it's just. Again, I'm able to tap into that base. I get this shit under contract. I drop that shit in the motherfucking pool, and these motherfuckers swimming like sharks. And somebody's gonna buy that shit.
They're gonna buy that shit.
And this is why people be like, man, Adrian, man. Like I have listings on the websites. You know what I'm saying, on CoStar and LoopNet and all this other shit, Crexy, whatnot.
That's just bait click.
And not even is a bait click. It's the shit that, to be honest, it's the shit that the owner damn near demands that we put it up there for whatever reason.
Right.
To advertise it.
He thinks
I never have to advertise anything that I have in my inventory. I got 80,000, and if somebody's gonna buy it, it's gonna be, and not even just my name. It's the fact that I got 80,000 investors ready to go. Right. Not 800 like some of these fucking fake ass wholesalers be having. I gotta listen 800. I got 80,000 motherfuckers who interact with CBRE, with JLL, with real fucking money. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have to ever list any of my fucking assets. I called them or I sent them a fucking email blast, and before you know it, I got 100 fucking offers on some off-market shit.
That's fucking crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And as a broker, I could list that shit and I can get my little 5%, 6% and split it with a broker. And most of my shit don't be co-listed because, again, you know, I'm not sharing because I got the fucking buyer myself. I'm representing both sides. So again, nowadays, I just take myself out the picture as a broker, and I just bring the people together, and I say, hey, you was willing to pay $20 million, right? You was willing to part ways for $17.5 million, right? Don't nobody count my motherfucking check. Don't worry about what I got then. You see what I'm saying? As a broker, it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for 6%. I'm doing this for. Don't worry about my motherfucking check. Don't worry if I got $2.5 million. Don't worry if I got 25,000. G.
Right.
Don't worry about my check. You pay what you was willing to pay, and you accept what you was willing to accept. Get out my fucking way.
And that's how this shit works.
You see what I'm saying? And that's how a motherfucker
works.
with $995 in their pocket right now can make $2.5 million. Or $500,000, or whatever the spread is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And my point being that it don't matter where you at during the time of the financial crisis. You can still position yourself to make some fucking money. Straight up.
And 100% honest, you put me on game with that shit.
Yeah, man, that's real. And that, bro, that's the simple shit. Like, you know, with me, if I had all the time in the world, I'll be fucking with that. But I'm on some development shit. Like, I'm building high rise. That's the shit that I'm focused on.
High rise.
You know what I'm saying? Not just high rises, but building the most incredible holistic apartment communities that you've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
And at one point, we're gonna have to get to that.
But it's not bro. That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna
like,
get our apartments
straight up. I'm talking about best of the best, and I want to also offer some shit that's affordable, not necessarily, you know, whatever, but I want some affordable shit too, so people that can't necessarily spend that luxury apartment money, they can still live the way that they deserve to live. You know what I'm saying?
I seen the building that you were going to, remember you were saying you were going to move into?
Which one?
The Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you see that motherfucking pool?
Yeah, man. Ironic story, I had a partner, well, not a partner, but an individual called me probably like 2 days ago that wants to buy, because that shit is for sale. The
Charles?
Not the Charles.
The bottom condos. The Compass.
The
Compass on the
Compass, yeah, they rent out the commercial space, and then the parking lot is for sale too. You know what I'm saying? And this is dude, they own, matter of fact, buddy, they own a little gas station in Midtown right off of 12th Street and fucking, anyway, them motherfuckers, they just sold some shit, they got a 1031, they got some money to play with, so I was like, hey, Adrian, what do you know about this? And, like, ironically enough, I just left Compass as a fucking broker.
Really?
Yeah, that was like my old company.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, you're going to move in that motherfucker.
Yeah, and so it was just like, yeah, man, shout out to Compass, though, even though I'm no longer with them, I wish them the best, for sure, I heard Kofi just left too. I was like, oh man, that's a blow. That's a fucking blow. Kofi Norton just bounced. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, man. So again, there's
always ways to make money.
There's always ways to make money, and there's ways to get rich during financial crisis. And there's normally the greatest exchange of wealth occurs during a financial crisis. So it's like, again, if you feel like you down and out and you can't get it, you can't figure it out, there's ways to make it happen, bro. And there's ways to be creative and innovative to make it happen on a level that has never occurred before. So it's like you can't get down on yourself, and you gotta understand that the money is out there as long as you're committed to excellence and you're willing to put in the work, you can go get it.
I mean, look at right now, like what we're dealing with right now. It is cast as making more than they ever made in this, I'm not going to say recession because we're not there yet, but...
I mean, we are absolutely in a recession. And I'll be honest, too, man, since we talking so freely. This COVID shit is a bunch of bullshit. Is there a virus out there? Possibly, yes. Is there some other shit going on behind the scenes that motherfuckers is not saying?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Is this really a fucking facade for the fact that we were headed towards a financial collapse? Any fucking way since the housing market and credit crunch.
It's
right?
a blame game.
And so it's like they've been putting a Band-Aid on our fucking financial system forever. And specifically since 2008 when we had that housing crisis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just been a Band-Aid after Band-Aid, no real legitimate solution. And at some point the shit was going to fall. The shit was going to hit the fan. And it's like the best thing that can happen is we blame it on an outside source. You see what I'm saying? Think about how if everything that occurred during the whole COVID, current quarantine lockdown bullshit, if that occurred, right, but you remove the virus,
right,
and you replace the virus with another credit or financial collapse based off of housing or some shit.
It's the same shit.
But it's anarchy. You know what I'm saying? People are losing their fucking mind. At least now everybody feels okay because it seems normal as abnormal as the shit is. It seems normal because of the fact that we can blame it on a virus. If we couldn't blame this shit on a virus...
It seems normal because someone is telling you that...
Exactly. And we have a scapegoat. Right? We have somebody to blame this shit on, which is COVID. COVID-19, or you caused this shit. No, motherfucker, we caused this shit. There is no fucking real legitimate virus. There might be some shit out there that's man-made that they put out there.
I will give it is a legitimate virus.
No.
I will give it that.
No. Again, people are dying from some whole other shit that they put in. And then even
it's just a name's a name.
Exactly.
And name's just a name.
They probably even incentivize, and I don't trust no fucking, as many doctors, I love all y'all. Y'all pay me very well, and I swear to God, I love you with all my heart, right? Doctors are for sale, bro. And like, how many, just think about it. If we legitimately did what we were supposed to do, which is take preventative measures, right? And not even end up in a fucking hospital.
But that's what it's supposed to happen anyway, but no one ever does it.
So my point,
it's kind of just open people's eyes of what they fucking should be doing since the past decade.
But not even that, because motherfuckers still go, man. They see what other people want them to see, not what's right in front of them, right? They're being led by some force, which is normally the media. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, whether it's social media, whether it's the news, whether it's, entertainment, whatever, they're being led by the fucking media. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like people are so blindsided by the fact that it's a virus, supposedly, that is clearly fucking man-made. And again, a lot of the people that are dying aren't even dying from this shit. And then the people are saying, oh, by the way, just say that they died from this shit. So which leads me to the point that I'm thinking that they're incentivizing the doctors. And how do you incentivize a doctor, right? You say not even more than just a check. It's like, okay, especially if somebody that, like, if you the owner of the fucking hospital, I'm not talking about just the fucking workers.
Right.
If you own the hospital and you incentivize the motherfucker, you say, hey, by the way, for everybody that dies of COVID-19, you're getting XYZ.
Oh no, everybody died from that bitch.
Oh, that motherfucker got shot in the head. COVID.
Miscarriage.
You know what I'm saying? COVID.
Broken ankle.
COVID, motherfucker. Dead COVID. Fuck that. I ain't trying to hear it. But he clearly COVID, motherfucker.
And honestly,
I'm getting reimbursed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? All of this shit is a write-off. Nigga, I'm about to write all of this shit off. Right? And again, I could be completely wrong. But my point being is there's ways to manipulate different things.
There's always ways. I mean, everybody has to...
Fuck that. Look at September 11th.
I actually watched a movie. What's it called? United 93 yesterday about that.
Look at September 11th, dog.
That's a whole...
I remember watching that shit, bro.
I remember watching that shit too.
I remember physically watching that shit, seeing the second fucking plane supposedly hit the fucking towers.
You know there was 4 planes hijacked?
Supposedly.
Obviously.
There was also supposedly a plane that hit the fucking Pentagon when it's clear as day that it was a fucking missile that hit the Pentagon. But we're told that it was a plane. Where, motherfucker? Where are the wings?
You know, I definitely got to...
Where is the engine? How in the fuck did it hit this part of the Pentagon that was being worked on? That, man, so many fucking questions. And it was like, and not only that, why did it look like from the camera that y'all did show, like a fucking missile hit the motherfucking thing? And then when you look at it, where's the damage from a plane? It's a fucking missile. Clearly a missile hit that motherfucker. Clearly.
Right.
You know? But we're told a plane hit. We're told planes got hijacked and this and that and blah, blah. Fuck that. I don't trust the government. They some fucking liars. How come as soon as that shit happened, they started to move all the fucking evidence out of New York? Like, why in the fuck are you... First off, why are you touching the evidence?
Right.
Secondly, why are you moving this shit? Thirdly, if you got a fucking plane that can bring down the World Trade Center, that can melt the World Trade Center... that's made of steel. The World Trade Center, bro.
And you gotta realize, if something's going 600 miles per hour and it weighs 2 tons, 40 tons, it's going to melt shit.
No, fuck that. How many times have a tower fallen to the ground that fast from a fire ever, especially one that is crafted and constructed. That was literally the strongest building in the world when it was built.
I don't think concrete can catch on fire.
Come on, man. They blew that motherfucker up. They had all kind of shit on the walls to make sure that the bitch went down the way they wanted it to go down. You know what I'm saying? There was so many things around that shit that went on, and so many players that you can't
know. Right.
Man, no, you know, because it's right in front of us. These motherfuckers said that they found the hijackers' IDs, some of them right near the fucking site.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you tell me the plane blows up, impacts the fucking World Trade Center, everything goes on fire, and some plastic ass IDs and paper ass passports are found.
Nah, I don't believe
Come on,
yeah,
man.
I got you on that.
How stupid do you think we are?
Super enough to let the shit go.
That was the shit to be able to put into place the things that we have now, which is shit like at any given moment the government can tap into our fucking phones. That kind of shit. Our privacy was completely taken away from us.
At that point.
It's called the Patriot Act. That
Right.
shit was enacted after fucking September 11th.
It was.
You know
the
what I'm
world
saying?
changed literally,
Bro.
literally
And
after that.
and the thing about it is we begged them to change the world as they saw fit because of that shit, because everybody was spooked, right? How do you get somebody to follow you, dog? How do you get somebody to follow orders? You got two ways.
You kill them or you scare them.
When they either love you or they fear you. It's a lot
That's
easier.
real talk.
It's a whole lot easier to control a motherfucker's fear than it is to control their love for you. That I know for a fact.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like they know this shit, bro. This is the top tier motherfucker. This is the elite. The motherfucker, you mean to tell me that a plane was about to hit the motherfucking World Trade Center and the elite didn't know? Come on, man. They got the shit all in movies and Simpsons and all kind of shit beforehand. Because again, the people that know,
Simpsons got to say that shit 10 years ago.
the people that's in the know, they like to let people know that they're in the know. They put the shit right in front of you and say, "Hey, motherfucker, there you go. I knew. I knew."
If
and
you
they
can understand between the red lines, then you know too.
Bruh.
If you can't, you're just another sheep.
Exactly. And that's the thing, man. It's like motherfuckers want to be sheep nowadays.
It's not want to be. They were born to be. They don't know nothing else.
Exactly.
They don't know nothing the fuck else. But that's honestly that's we need to have a conversation just on that actually.
Yeah, man, that'd be a good one. That shit is real, bro.
I gotta do my research on that bitch.
Man, that shit is real, dog.
I gotta bring somebody in on that shit.
And it's like people be like, man, how in the fuck is September 11th fake? How these people that died and blah. It's like, bruh.
The situation's not fake, but the goddamn landscape is.
Bruh, exactly. It's like, listen, there was no way they was going to be able to make September 11th work without thousands of people dying.
There's no way.
Without scaring the fuck out of the whole nation.
Right.
That's what you got to do.
When I see motherfuckers jump from...
Bruh, I
50
was
stories,
watching that shit as a child, dog.
That scares you.
Bro, because again, that's when it became real to me. It's like I remember seeing the plane. First off, the plane did not look like a real plane when it hit. That's a whole nother story in itself. But I remember watching the second plane coming through. Because I was talking, we was all in that shit. I was talking to my teacher. I was like, oh, here go the replay. Because I thought it was a replay.
Right.
I was like, oh, here go the replay. And then that shit said, pow. And then we was looking at it. And then it was, it was like, and that's and even the news anchor said a replay. And then he was like, oh no, this is another, and all this shit went crazy. But it still didn't sink in until you start seeing people jumping out the fucking windows, bro. Now, I was like,
I don't remember jumping out, but when I see that shit now,
dog, I remember.
I feel this shit
literally. Shit. Man, and I remember I just had to be strong, bro. Me and all of the dudes that was in the class, because of all of the women, even the teacher, just broke down once they started seeing the motherfuckers jumping out the plane. I mean, out the windows.
The window.
Bro, they just broke down because everybody was just fixated to it. Because I remember the principal announced, hey, we have a national event going on and everybody's TV needs to be tuned on to the news, blah, blah, blah. And then we went to the next period. The shit was still going on. And then, once they started jumping out,
it was real.
I was like,
that's some shit where you gotta think like
dog.
If you ever want to scare somebody, that's what the fuck you do, y'all.
And again, it's a life-changing event, right? Yeah. Just like Pearl Harbor, just like
not a life-changing.
Civil War.
It's a world-changing.
Just like World War. Like we have just like now with COVID. Like this is the shit for the new generation. Like again, and not only is it
being purged.
Straight up, bro. It's like they're enacting something. Each one of those life-altering events, world-changing events, right? Something major shifted. That's where we are today.
And we got to capitalize on this shit.
Absolutely.
We're going to get this money.
Yes, indeed.